Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Shimmery. Today I'll be starting off a brand new reading vlog. Before I get started, if you're new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below as well as the notification bell. But today we're going to do a month-long spookopoly reading vlog. I was honestly debating if I should do this or not, but it's the first of the month. I actually feel pretty good right now, and I wanted to do my update with the book, but unfortunately I have a little situation right here. If you can look down here, yeah, he's just happily sleeping right there, so I cannot move. Hence why I am doing my little update right here without my book. But I did want to let you guys know that I'm about to pick up Violet Made of Thorns. I did technically get ready for this book yesterday. I haven't actually started reading the book yet, but I did go to my friend's place last night and she said that she read it and she really enjoyed it. So I have really high hopes now that I will enjoy it too, or at least like really like it. Because I do feel like fantasy books, when she really enjoys it, ends up being like okay, but like higher than average, and then it's the vice versa. So we don't like love the same things, but we do enjoy each other's like recommendations, if that makes any sense. Either way though, I'm definitely curious, definitely cannot wait to read that, and I feel like it's gonna be a simple book. It doesn't seem very thick, so I'm hoping for a quick read for that. Probably gonna read that a lot during my lunch breaks this week at work. And then that's kind of it in terms of my update, because everything else I have on here are fantasies except for the Best Intentions, which I'm going to pick up soon. Actually, once I finish my current audiobook, I'm going to pick up that one next, because I am doing my book club in 2 weeks and I want to get a head start on that. So that is my next plan. And then after I finish those 2 books, I will start tackling the other ones, which hopefully won't be too much because I don't have a ton of books, but they're all fantasy. So we'll see how that goes. Like, it could be great or not great. Hey everyone, doing the worst job in terms of updating you guys. It is currently October 8th. I feel like besides the first intro, I have not updated you guys since. Don't remember if I did. I feel like I haven't, but I did have a couple updates in terms of my reading. So I am currently listening to Our Best Intentions, which is my one of my roles, which was like the community shelf one, and I am about 40% of the way through, so I'm making some progress. I don't know if I talked about this already, but it's basically about a girl who witnesses the aftermath of her classmate being stabbed and left on the football field, and she calls 911, and now everyone's on this manhunt for this black girl. Her name is like Ciara or Kiara, and how everyone just basically assumes that she's the one doing it. And the way how they question this girl too is also very leading, like, oh, you saw her, right? You saw her stab her, and she's like, no, like I didn't actually see her there, even actually, like I saw her in the morning. And then like, okay, but like it's possible that she was there. And she's like, well, yeah, I guess. So like things like that. So it's very like leading that they clearly want this girl to be this prime suspect. And it also follows the girl's father, who is an Uber driver. And he, by the way, this family is Indian, so they're already a person of color, and the guy who was stabbed is white. So it talks a lot about like racial discrimination, white privilege, just kind of like the lengths that like some of these privileged families will go to hide some of their secrets. Also, this is little Tofu, which, by the way, side note, he is gotten so big. Look at this. Look at this little munchkin. He's so cute. But like, I love how he just like lets it dangle. I've had him for over a week now, and I have been through stress and anxiety with this kitten. First of all, he didn't eat for 2 days, so I ended up going to like this very last minute walk-in clinic in the morning, Tuesday morning, and I was just like, he hasn't been eating. Turns out he's just a picky eater and only likes chicken. And I was giving him like fish flavored stuff apparently, which I was like, but he has gained a pound, like an entire pound, over, actually more than a pound, actually maybe like a pound and like an ounce or two since I got him. And I've got him like, this is like the 10th day I have him. So I'm like, is this normal? I feel like that is not normal, right? Like my other cats, I don't remember them growing this quickly before or gaining this much weight. But if he is a ragdoll cat, which I think he is, just based on how he looks and his tail, I feel like ragdolls are considered a large breed. So like he could just be a big boy. So he's just growing a lot faster compared to the other 2 cats I had that were just regular domestic cats, like American cats. So, but yeah, he's a chunky boy. He definitely has a little kitten belly here, but he's playful. He's just running around. I don't think he's like overweight because I can feel his ribs. I've been doing so much research honestly because I'm like, am I overfeeding him? Like what the heck? But I can definitely easily feel his ribs on the side, which makes me feel like he's actually like a healthy weight right now. But he definitely has a little kitten belly going on right now. But he's pooping, he's peeing, and like, I don't know, he's healthy, so we'll see. But yeah, like he has been giving me low-key anxiety this entire week. Anyways, point is, I have been listening to the book, and now I'm also reading this book over here, which is Violet Made of Thorns. I honestly have not really started this book until a couple of days ago, and I'm on page 72, so I really have not made a ton of progress. But I just want to say this edition is just stunning. It's so pretty. I love it so much. But it's good so far. It basically is about this woman who is a seer for the king, and her and the prince have this like strained relationship, but it's actually vital for her to make sure that the prince likes her, because once the king passes away, the prince is the one who decides if he wants to keep her or not. And if he doesn't want to keep her, then her life of like privilege and pamperness and all of those like stuff that happens with being a royal seer like goes away. So she wants to make sure that everything goes great. And I think like right now she's been like predicting that he's supposed to find the wife, and there's some sort of prophecy about the prince, and it seems like it's not great prophecy, but they haven't really delved into what this prophecy entails. But it's definitely something to do with like the prince and finding a wife or a bride or something like that. Maybe like he has to find someone to make the prophecy not come true, and if he doesn't, then this like doom will fall or something. Like that's kind of like what the impression I'm getting. I have no idea so far. It's interesting so far. The characters are fascinating, but I just feel like I haven't been in the best reading mood in terms of reading physically, so it's just taking me a little longer to read. But that is it in terms of my update. He's honestly such a little, he's so cute. Just look at him. Like he's honestly like anyways, yeah, so that is that in terms of my update. Just been reading for the most part. I'm hoping to get to my audiobook soon because I do have the book club this weekend, so I want to make sure I finish it in time for that. And then in addition, of course, I want to get to finish my physical book so I can pick up the next book. All right, I look like a complete mess. It's super early in the morning. I'm like so fucking tired. I need to head out to work soon in the next like 30 minutes. Probably less than that, but I did have a couple updates in terms of my reading. I'm still reading this book over here, Violet Made of Thorns, but I'm now on page 255, so I made some progress. I'm almost done. If things goes well, I'm hoping to finish this book today, but I have just been like struggling to read for the past couple of weeks. I don't know why. Like it's not a bad book per se, but it's just not gripping, and I'm not like really invested with the characters or the story or anything like that. So it's taking me a long time to get through it, but because I don't really have like a reason to really dislike the book, I'm just still going through it. I haven't DNF'd it. I don't know, like I probably should have, to be honest, but at this point I'm like in too deep, so I'll just try to finish it today, hopefully. On the other side, I did also continue listening to Our Best Intentions. I'm at 88% of the way through, so I have about an hour left. If things goes well for this one, I should be able to finish that book today as well. So we'll see how that goes, fingers crossed. But the past couple of weeks have been like so stressful with my job. Like, I don't know, like my job itself is fine. I like my coworkers. It's my relationship with my manager and like how she's so like bad at managing people, I think is what is really stressing me out. And we just let go of some people as well like last week, so everything in the company is just very like stressed and like tense because of the environment that I created. And I don't know, I'm just like very stressed out. Like it's so annoying. Like my manager, first of all, like if I ask for meetings and stuff to like ask for feedback or approval because I need to get things going, she doesn't always show up for meetings. Like she accepts them and then she'll be like, oh yeah, give me a couple minutes when it's time for the meeting, and then doesn't show up. And then I'm just like, what the fuck? Or she would be the one to organize like a whole marketing team meeting and then not show up, and then everyone's there except for her, and she just won't tell anyone. I reach out to her, and it's like such a like clusterfuck in a way, because it's like, how is she a manager? Like she's just so disorganized. It looks so bad, and when I ask for responses for things, it takes forever, and I have to constantly chase her. But then she's always like filled with meetings that I can't book a meeting, and then I don't want to call her either because I know she's in the middle of meetings too. So it's like she's not gonna pick up, right? So it's like just such a stressful like environment in that sense, because then I feel like sometimes like the blame gets shifted back to me in terms of like, oh, why didn't this get done? Why wasn't this approved faster? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I cannot do anything more than like getting my part done and then trying to get things approved, but then if they're not approved timely, it's like I can't move on. So I'm like kind of stressed in that sense, just very irritated overall. But I don't know, like it's so frustrating. So yeah, and like it's not just me. Like yesterday was extremely frustrating for a lot of my coworkers, like at my team. Like we were all just like not feeling it. And yeah, like, and most of it, I would say like 99% of it centers around our manager. So I don't know, like it's just very annoying overall. I will update you guys if things get better for me on the work front and my reading. I'm really hoping I do finish both of these books today though, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot left. So I feel like pretty good that I can at least get a lot of reading done. If not today, then this weekend, we'll see. But I am pretty busy this weekend as well. So all right, just jumping to do a quick update since it is now 9 p.m. on Saturday, and it has been such a rough week for me, honestly. I think I updated you guys like yesterday, and since then I did manage to finish reading Our Best Intentions, which I give like 3 stars. I did have a lot more in my book club today, and the consensus is that we didn't really like the characters, but we liked the story overall, and there were definitely some good messages there. I love it when my battery dies just when I start to update you guys, because then it's like a whole process. I have to like remove my camera from the stand thingamajig, go get my battery, exchange it, all that stuff. It's like ruins my like train of thought. But what I was saying was that we talked about it a little bit in book club, and I think the consensus that we just didn't like the characters. The plot was interesting though, but yeah, I mean some people did have like some conflicting thoughts about the characters. But yeah, and then there were like a couple who didn't really finish reading it, and yeah. But then I also finished reading these Violet Made of Thorns, which honestly not the best book. I really should have just DNF'd it. Like it was such a struggle to get through, but I don't know, for some reason I was also like curious as to like what was going to happen, so I just kept reading it, especially because I just read it during lunchtime. I really needed like a break during lunch this week in terms of work, so that was like my escapism, which honestly not the best escapism, because I did think that book at the end of the day was like a 2-star read for me. I don't know, it's a series. I feel like it's a series. I'm not going to continue with it obviously because this book was just very disappointing. I really shouldn't have picked it up. And then I'm starting these like 7 Endless Forests, I believe it's called. I haven't even started page 1 yet. All right, just coming in for a quick update on my reading with my little cutie patootie Tofu. Look at him, he's so cute. He's about 3 months and a couple of days, in 2 days, and he's gained so much weight. So I do think he's a rag doll. Like, let me know what you guys think. But he's very limp when I like pick him up like this, which I feel is very distinctive of rag doll. But he's definitely not as fluffy. So he's definitely mixed. But I feel like because he has like, I want to say he's like might be like dominant rag doll, but he's definitely getting a lot of weight. He's gained 2 pounds in the 2 weeks I've had him. So he is getting a big boy, and he's getting a little like antsy sometimes, so he's like biting me. But anyways, I do have some updates on my reading. So I picked up 7 Endless Forests, and I got to page like 5, and I was like, this is not the book for me. I actually got to chapter 2, so page like 19 technically according to this arc. Yeah, this is not the book for me. I was immediately just like turned off by it, not that interesting. So I am going to put that aside and just DNF it. So I decided to pick up The Black Witch, and I literally just picked this up. So I'm about to head to bed soon because I am so freaking tired. I did not sleep very much last night. I went to bed very late, and then I woke up very early because I had a cleaning lady come in. For some reason, she always does my apartment like really early at like 8 a.m. So I had to be up before that. But this time she was like so fast about it. Like I was expecting her to be here for like 3 hours. No, she was like in and out in like an hour and a half. But she also brought her like entire family. I was like, my apartment does not have this many people like walking around, and I was kind of just like, where do I sit now? But anyways, so I'm going to get ready for bed, probably read a couple chapters of this. Hopefully I am aiming to read a little bit tonight for sure, and then see how this goes. I feel like, okay, I'm a little bit like, I'm excited for this book, but I'm also a little bit not excited for this book, because from what I've heard, this book drags on in the sense that the first book is pretty good. The second book I think is also like decent-ish, but then the author just kind of continues the series, and it should not wrap up that much. And I think there's now like 5 books, and the 5th one's coming out next year. So I just don't know how I feel about that, because I'm like, if the book is not meant to have that many books, then maybe it shouldn't have that many books. So we'll see. But either way though, I think the consensus is that the first book is pretty good. So I'll read it and I'll kind of like check it out for myself. And then after that, I think the only book I have left to read is Nothing But Black and Teeth, because I think I did like 6 books, right? And I finished Our Best Intentions. I also finished Violet Made of Thorns. I DNF 7 Endless Forest. And then I have Black Witch, Nothing But Black and Teeth. And then maybe I have a 6th book. I think I have a 6th book somewhere. What is my 6th book? I don't even know. Yeah, so once I finish this book, Black Witch, I'm going to try to pick up Nothing But Black and Teeth as a short book, and then I have to see what my 6th book is. And I feel like if I'm pretty good about that, then I might do another roll, because it's October 15th right now, so it's exactly halfway through. So depending on how fast I finish this book, or like if I DNF it, I might actually get to another roll, maybe even more. So we'll see how that goes. But I did want to let you guys know what I've been reading, because honestly my reading has been like so mediocre. But all right, welcome to bum hour, Stephanie, because I look like, wow, I look like complete shit. I'm tired today. I actually took the day off from work because I was like, I need a mental day to just like refresh, and obviously that includes just lazing around. So I did actually start the Black Witch right over here, and I'm on page 138. So I definitely made some progress considering I started this last night. It's definitely an easy read, like a much easier read compared to my other books recently, so I think that's why I'm getting through a lot faster. The issue I have with this book is that while it is interesting, I do feel like the characters and their personalities is throwing me off, because I think they're supposed to be like 16 to 18 years of age, but in reality, with their childishness, with their pettiness, and the way how they talk, the characters remind me as if they're like 11 to 12. So it's a little jarring sometimes, because I had to keep thinking like, no wait, they're a lot older, because they do talk about older things like fasting, like hand fasting, which is like basically like a promise to marriage, which I'm like, I don't think they do that when they're like 11, 12 years old. I'm pretty sure they're at least like, they have to be at least 14 to 15 years old to get that done. And then she's a little bit late, that's why she's a little older. So she's like 17 years old, I want to say. But I don't know, I just feel like the way how they talk and they interact with each other definitely sounds like they are significantly younger. But I also feel like part of it is because her uncle has been sheltering her a lot, so she's very ignorant and naive about how the world works and what is like normal in her day in society, because of how sheltered her life was growing up. And that definitely reflects on her personality. But I also feel like the same cannot be said for her peers, because they grew up knowing about society, but they still act the same way. So I'm like, I don't know. But basically this book follows a girl where she grew up very sheltered by her uncle, and I'm pretty sure she has magic, and she's supposed to be like the Black Witch, which is this like woman who has incredible magical powers. But her uncle was like, she has no powers, she's been wand tested, she has no powers, etc, etc. So everyone's kind of disappointed that she's not it, but I'm pretty sure she does actually have powers. And her aunt is now back and being like, you know what, let's get you up to speed with society, let's get you hand fasted and wand fasted and whatnot. And so she finally goes off with her aunt to visit in university and attend university. So she is like of that age, right? That's why she's going to university. And then of course she goes there and she meets a bunch of like catty girls and this really hot guy. And she's like, what's happening? I don't understand. And I don't know, like I feel like the personality of her is a little bit like all over the place. I just feel like she's not really fully developed in a way where her range of emotions and personality just ranges drastically from like age. I don't know, like maybe I'm just like old and like I don't remember what being a teenager is like, but I feel like I'm not that old that I don't remember, but whatever. Anyways, I do have to like get on this call soon, so I need to like prep for that. But I did want to let you guys know that I've been reading and I'm reading this pretty quickly, so I'm going to bring this with me when I go get my laundry later, and hopefully I can get a good chunk of that. I'm also going to be editing my September wrap-up video later as well, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hello, just doing a quick little update on my reading. Since I've been reading, I am still reading The Black Witch, but on page 394. So I've made some progress since I last updated you guys. I'm really enjoying this book. The issue right now is that I'm actually really enjoying this book, so I'm a little worried that I'm gonna be super invested with the rest of the series, because I'm like, what's gonna happen next? What I really like about this book is the fact that the character development is doing really fucking good. So in the beginning I was kind of annoyed because the main character, she seemed like not racist per se, but she was very like elitist in terms of her race. So she is a Gardenian. I don't know what that means exactly in terms of like, they seem like humans essentially, but there are other species in this book. For example, there's the Fae, there is the Icaras, they're like these demon-like creatures. There's also these Celts. which are these different type of people. I want to say they're a different like ethnic group, but they look similar to humans, I want to say. And then there's obviously like Selkies and things like that. And you know how history is always biased in terms of the victor. So the victor is the one who writes the history, and that's passed down through generations. And so in this case, she grew up knowing about Gardenian history and thinking that her race is just more superior, they're safer, and everyone else is like the evil ones. And so she goes to the school with all these prejudice against them. Every time she like talks to someone who is like a different race, she's like, oh my goodness, like they're dangerous, they don't have all these things. There's also like lupine, which is like werewolves essentially. And she was very prejudiced in the beginning, which kind of was just like a little bit disconcerting, like I was not a fan of. But now that she's actually getting more into the school and willing to learn and understand her other classmates, I'm actually enjoying her character so much more in terms of her character growth, because now she's actually becoming understanding, she's willing to learn, she's learning to understand things better, even things are uncomfortable, and learning that maybe the history that she learned was not the most accurate one and it was biased. But I'm actually enjoying that a lot right now, so we'll see how this goes. But I really expect this book to be like okay, but this book is actually really freaking good, and it's honestly such a fast read too. So I'm hoping to finish this book this weekend. I'm actually heading out to dinner soon with some couple people, so I don't think I'll be back for a bit, because I'm sure we'll probably get like dessert or something on top of that. But in terms of this book, really enjoying it. I do know that this weekend is going to be a readathon weekend, so I will be spending Sunday hopefully with my friend, and she's going to come over and we're going to be reading a lot. That's the plan. I don't know how much reading will be done, because I feel like the first time we did it, we did so good, and then every single time we've done it after that, I feel like I've been reading less and less. And it's not like for lack of trying, it's just I'm not getting as invested with the books I'm reading. So hopefully this will change that, because I'm actually really enjoying this book. And then once I finish this book, I will of course continue with the next one in this video, which I have to see which one it is. This isn't the best view, but I do have quite a bit of update, because I ended up doing a read over with my friend yesterday, and she came over for a couple hours. We were just reading for a little bit, watching our shows, etc. So I managed to finish 2 books that are on my TBR. I'm picking another one right now, and it's additional row. So lots to update you guys. So first things first, The Black Witch. I finished it. I actually really enjoy it. Part of me really wants to continue on the series, but part of me I'm like, I don't know, I'm a little hesitant, because I don't know, I'm like, is it really gonna be 5 books? And not just that, but the 5th book doesn't even come out until end of next year. So I don't know how I feel about that, considering there's like a 2-year gap between her 4th book and her 5th book. I don't know, I'm like a little hesitant about that one. So I have not decided if I'm gonna pick up the next book, but I did really enjoy this one. I thought the ending was great, super fascinating. Like I really like the character development from her in the beginning of the book, where she has so much prejudice and like racism against other species, to how she became later on when she was like, I want to do the right thing now, I want to learn, I want to understand, and willing to actually step out of her comfort zone to do so. So I thought the book was amazing. And then let's see, The Mask of Mirrors. I don't know where my book is. I can't find it, so I'm like, I don't know, I just haven't picked it up yet. So that's the only one that I'm kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna get to, because I don't know where my book is. But then I also did read and finish Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which honestly, terrible book. It's literally about these group of friends where I think 2 of them are getting married, and this is like not a pre-wedding party or anything like that. It's just kind of a like get together before they get married, and they decided to go to some like haunted house in Japan. Not sure what's up. And the main girl, she immediately said us that something is off and is like, we should go, we should leave, but no one wants to listen to her. And she keeps hearing some like Japanese character, like some Japanese phrase over and over again. And obviously, as a haunted house, people die, you know. And it was like weird. It was like just when it happened, they were like, okay, well, we had a funeral and that was it. And I'm just like, anyways, terrible book. Don't recommend that one for sure. Now I know why it's like lowest rated on Goodreads. Like it was, I'll probably give it 1 star. That's how bad it was. And then I did do another row, which is my 7th row now, and I got to green cover. So now I am reading The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. There is green on this cover, green, and this is like a teal color too. So it's like a teal green, and I think this counts. So anyways, not just that, but this is all green too. So anyways, I'm really enjoying it. I'm on page 190. I'm hoping to finish this book. I don't know if I'll finish this book like today or tomorrow, but hopefully soon. I did read a lot of it yesterday. I really need to stop gambling because this is like the third or fourth time where my camera has died on me, and I know that it's like running out, but I always feel like it usually takes some time, and either I talk too long or I overestimate how much time there is left, and then it ends up dying. But anyways, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it today or tomorrow, but I did manage to read a lot of it yesterday. Like I got to like over 100 pages yesterday just from reading for like 30 minutes. So I think I can read more and possibly finish it today if I actually sit down and read for like an hour. But I also really want to catch up on One Piece, so I don't know, priorities, guys. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I do think I want to reread the Cruel Prince series because it's been a minute, and I kind of want to remember the world a little better, because even though this is a spin-off and we're in the same world, because I haven't read the original series in so long, I don't remember everything. Like I'm trying to relearn the world a little bit, and that's taking some time. So we'll see how it goes. But so far I'm enjoying it. I love the mentions of Jude and Carden, obviously. I wish they actually show up and make a cameo. Right now they've just been mentioned in dialogues and conversations, so it's not the same thing. And I am really interested to see like more about Oak and Surin and just like know more. And like the one thing I think is so interesting is that isn't Surin also in Akatar? Obviously different characters, but there was that Surin there too, and I'm just like, is there like any similarity in terms of the origin of Surin? Not like if that makes any sense. I don't know, but I wonder if there's like something about Surin that there is like a historical similarity or an origin, and that's why they're both called Surin. I have no idea, guys. But anyways, that's my update for now, and I hope to finish it soon. And if I do finish it soon, because today is only, I still have a whole week left, more than a whole week. So if I can finish this book soon, there's a good chance I'll do another roll and try to read another book. So hopefully I can fit one of my other books on my October TBR, which I will link above and down below, so check that out, into this video as well. I think there's only one book left that I have to read from that OG TBR. I am here with some updates because I'm about to embark on some intense journey. So I just fostered a kitten, and I am separating her, so she is in the bathroom. So my bathroom right now is literally unusable for me right now. Like I literally have to keep shifting things so I can get to the toilet, I can go take a shower, etc., because her playpen takes up like most of the space. And I'm about to give her a bath for the first time since I've had her, and that will be super fun. Can't wait for her to be screeching at me, and we'll see how that goes. I also have to give this boy a shower at some point too, but I don't know when. I don't want to do it both in the same time because I feel like I'd be like it'll take a lot out of me. But I do have some updates in terms of my reading. So I did manage to finish reading The Stolen Heir, and I liked it. I don't love it though. I think I'm gonna give it like 3.5 stars. I think the beginning was a little bit rough for me to get into. I mean, I read through it really fast, don't get me wrong, but like it took me a while to actually start to like form the pieces together and things start to click in my head. So that kind of took me out of the book. But then I do really enjoy the story overall in terms of like how the book ended. So I'm curious to see how it will continue. I think I need to also just do a reread of the original because it's been a long time and I don't remember how everything transpired between all the different courts and what the backstory is with Surin and like her court of teeth. So I don't know, I kind of want to reread that just to like get more knowledge, but I might do a reread once the next book or like the last book comes out from the series, so I'm not like rereading over and over again. So we'll see how that goes. But then because I do have a couple more days before the month ends, I decided to do another roll. So I think I rolled like 4 or something where I got to mood read. So for this one I was debating if I should go with Yellowface, which is from my October TBR, but then I was like, no, I really want to do a mood one, and this is one that I've been like low-key looking forward to, and that is Zodiac Academy book 2. It's such a trashy book. I think really did not like, the first book was super entertaining in the fact that it's like so trashy, like it's not good, but I wanted to continue on the series because I'm like curious. It's like, I don't know, at this point it's kind of a like, I just want to know what happens next. So I picked it up. I am on page 72, so I haven't made a ton of progress, but I hope to get more to it this weekend. But my weekend is pretty busy since it is Halloween weekend, so I'm going to a Halloween party tomorrow night, and then a friend that I haven't seen since college is actually visiting town, so I'll be meeting up with him probably probably tomorrow for lunch to get like Korean barbecue, which I'm very excited for. Get a little tofu here. And then on Sunday I'm going down to OC to do some errands and maybe go to the beach and things like that. So it'll be like a busy weekend for me, which is nice because I think last week was like a very chill weekend, I want to say. I don't know, we'll see. Happy Halloween, guys. It is actually the last day of October, Halloween obviously, and I wanted to just give you guys a quick update on my reading. I am going to read some more tonight before I go to sleep, so I will be doing a recap or like an outro probably tomorrow or the next day, and I'm hoping to get this video out sooner rather than later. But I do want to let you guys know on my reading because I am now on page 202 for Zodiac Academy. I still have a lot of ways to go. I don't think I'll finish it today, like 0% chance that I will finish it today, but I do want to read at least, I don't know, maybe 50 pages. If I'm lucky, we'll see how that goes. I am going to read a little bit more tonight and then get comfy. I don't know if I told you guys, but I have a foster kitten. I don't think she's in the video at all because she's been in isolation in like my bathroom slash hallway right now, so they see each other and they're like super eager to play because they're both babies, so like they're obviously very friendly with each other, but I can't have them actually meet yet in case like she has any like parasites or whatever it is. So she's isolated by herself and she's not very happy about it, but I had to do that. So in terms of my reading, I'm doing great. I feel like I was really hoping to finish this last book, but obviously that's not gonna happen anymore. So we'll see. Maybe like when I actually do my outro, I would have finished this book by then. So I don't know. Okay, so I'm finally here to do my outro. It's been a week since the last time I updated you guys, and I meant to update you guys sooner, but clearly did not happen, and I just got crazy busy. But let's just kind of do a quick recap of the books I read, my ratings for them, and whatnot. This is order based on the rolls I made and then which book I picked. So the first roll that I made, I picked The Black Witch, which I ended up giving like 4.5 stars. I actually really like that book. I really want to continue on the series, so we'll see if I can grab copies of it. I don't know. Also, I hope you can't really hear the whistling sound. I'm making rice right now. I'm finally cooking for like the first time this week, and I'm like, it's kind of late, but I need to cook so I have food for the rest of the week, and I'm making rice. So anyways, if you hear that, that's what that sound is. Then the roll number 2 was to read a purple book, and I read Violet Made of Thorns. That one I remember giving like maybe 1.5, 2 stars. It was like very like meh book, to be honest. Maybe 2.5. I don't remember. I remember being like very mediocre. And then roll number 3, I read Seven Endless Forests, which I DNF'd, so that was quite unfortunate. Roll number 4 was The Mask of Mirrors, which I didn't even read because I don't know. I swear I have a copy. I don't know where it is, so never got around to reading it, unfortunately. Then my roll number 5 was to read a community shelf book, and that one I picked up as Our Best Intentions, and that one I gave like 3.5, I want to say. It's my book club book. I feel like I liked the plot of it in terms of what I learned, like the racial discrimination, the characters, all of that, but at the same time I felt like some of the characters I didn't like, so honestly I don't really remember too much about that book anymore. And then roll number 6, I read Nothing But Blackened Teeth. That one was terrible. I definitely remember disliking it. I gave that book like a 1 star. It was supposed to be like the lowest on my TBR, and I was like lowest rated, and I was like, I didn't understand why. And then I finished all of those, so I decided to roll 2 more times. So my roll number 7 was to read a green book, and I decided to go with Stolen Air, which I gave 3.5 stars. It was okay of a book. I feel like I need to reread the Cruel Prince series again so I can be more immersed with it. So this time around, I feel like even though I was able to catch up to it, I don't want to say relatively quickly, but like somewhat quickly, I still didn't feel like super attached with the characters or the plot in general, so that was quite unfortunate. And the last book that I picked up was for my roll number 8, which is a reader mood read, and I picked up Zodiac Academy. So by now I did finish Zodiac Academy. I think I give that book like 3 stars. I feel like the first book, the way how it ended, it made me really intrigued with how it was going to continue. So I was very fascinated with the history of the Vegas twins and just like what their order was. Like I was super fascinated with it. And then book 2, I was really hoping for things to be kind of revealed, and it wasn't. doesn't. And so now I'm just like, do I want to pick up the third book? Because that was really what kept me going. Just, I really want to know what their order was. Like, are they gonna be dragons? Are they gonna be like Pegasus? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what they were gonna be. So I was a little disappointed that it wasn't revealed in the second book. And so I want to know, I think I might do some research first to see like which book that's revealed. Because if it's not revealed until like the 10th book, then I'm like, what the fuck? But if it's revealed in the 3rd or 4th book, I might be intrigued to pick it up again, like continue on the series. Because the thing is, I don't really love any of the characters per se, and the bully romance I'm like not a fan of either. So I'm really hoping for, I don't know, just like the plot to be better. But I'm more of a character driven reader, and unfortunately that's not like the case here, where I'm like obsessed with any of the characters. So hello Tofu, have you come to say hello? Okay, I don't know if you guys can see him, but it's like right there, just chilling. I took him to the vet earlier this weekend, and he's over 5 pounds now, officially over 5 pounds, and he's only 3.5 months old. So he's gonna be a big boy. His paws are still pretty big, and I have the foster kitten where she is just under 3 pounds when I got her. So now she's probably a little over 3 pounds. She is like tiny, like half the size of him for sure, and they're the same age. So I'm just like, what the fuck. But hello Tofu. You hear him purring? Maybe not. Anyways, that is all. And as always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up if it is on my channel. And if you see more content of me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as the notification bell. And as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.